continuing from our previous lecture of pilot plant scale up for pilot plant scale up considerations for tablet dosage form. Now, the next thing is we will go for tablet coating. Now, the various properties while going for a tablet coating we should keep in mind is, first one is the tablet properties. We should keep in mind the tablet should possess sufficient hardness, so that it withstand the tumbling effect of the tablet coating pan. Then the coating compositions, that the composition should not be highly viscous, so that spraying may be a problem. Then the third one is the coating process, which is very important, and in that coating process we include our coating equipments. We should take care of the parameters of coating process, facilities and ancillary equipments, as well as the automation of the coating process. So, the primary components considered are tablet properties, coating compositions and the coating process. For tablet coating, it is basically more of an art than of a technique, right. So, earlier we make use of sugar coating. The most important coating procedure in earlier times used was sugar coating, then it was upgraded to film coating, then it was finally upgraded for aqueous film coating. So, ultimately earlier we make use of conventional coating pans, which was which was a simple coating pan, where one pipe for was inlet air and other one was for exhaust. Second, then it was upgraded to perforated pans for industrial batches, and then for fluidized bed coating columns. The various types of coating involved are sugar coating, film coating or enteric coating for modified release, where the drug is not stable into our gastric environment. So, we have to coat it with help of enteric coating polymers. Now, one thing we should keep in mind is that the tablet should possess sufficient hardness to withstand the tumbling effect into the coating pan. Now, development of new polyc materials, these have resulted into change from aqueous sugar coating to solvent film coating and recently to aqueous film coatings. Now, because in the coating pan the tablet have to tumble, this is a coating pan, it is filled with tablets. This coating pan rotates at its axis and is mounted on a shaft. When it rotates, the tablets, these move upward and then tumble down. During this tumbling effect, these tablets get abraded or chipping of the tablets can occur. So, ultimately the tablets are broken down, and when this liquid is sprayed on it, so it is sprayed on the broken tablet, and our tablet coating process is not up to the mark in that case. So, ultimately we should keep in mind that the tablet must have sufficient hardness to withstand the tumbling effect when it is subjected into a coating pan. So, we should also avoid tablet designs which have sharp edges. For example, if we have a tablet in a triangular shape, so ultimately because of this tumbling effect these edges will be broken down, or if the tablet have flat surface like this one, then when the coating solution is sprayed on it, one tablet will bind to another tablet, or these tablets when they are wetted they may stick to the coating pan itself. So, we should avoid tablet designs with sharp edges or flat surfaces. Then again, engraved surfaces should also be avoided, they make the process cumbersome, because if something is engraved on the tablet, when coating solution is sprayed on it, all the engravings are filled, thus these engravings are not seen after the coating process is over. So, we should keep our engravings shallow. Cuts are angled to avoid sharp edges. जो हमने यहाँ पे triangular shape tablet में sharp edges लिए थे, इनको हम sharp edges लेने की बजाय these should be angled, so that chipping or abrasion is prevented. Then the next one is what are the various scale up problems which we encounter during tablet coating. First one is increased pressure and abrasion. When we are going for scale up, for pilot plant scale up, basically the lot of tablet in the coating pan is increased, number of tablets in the coating pan increased. So, they are exerted to more pressure, and if pressure is more, then abrasion is also more, right. Again, then if the tablet bed or the amount of tablets used for coating is increased, then the solvent used for coating is also increased, and its evaporation, the amount of vapors which are formed during coating process, they are also more. So, temperature and humidity of the environment in that particular room should be taken care of. Then we can predict the difference of employing normal engineering equations of temperature and humidity. In this case, during scale up, we can use the engineering equations related to temperature and humidity to evaluate what the temperature and humidity will be required for that coating process. But again, these extrapolations or these values are not final until unless we conduct the practicals. Then the next important thing we should consider is the atomizing nozzles. These are the nozzles which are used to spray the coating solutions over the coating bed. So, there are two type of nozzles, one is high pressure airless nozzle and the other type is low pressure air atomizing nozzle. High pressure airless nozzle, in this nozzles, in these atomizing nozzles, basically air is not used and the pressure of the coating solution is itself used for atomization process. And in low pressure air atomizing nozzles, liquid air air is used to create a pressure for atomizing the spray solutions. Now, in both these cases, we must take care of the size and shape of the aperture of the nozzle, viscosity of the coating solution, because if it is highly viscous, it may block the atomizing nozzle, then pressure which is used for atomizing of the droplets, then compositions, the material used for coating, the film former which is used should be finely divided to avoid the blockage. For low pressure air atomizing nozzles, we should consider again air pressure, the pressure exerted by air for atomization. Second important thing is liquid flow rate, then fluid pressure, and the last viscosity of the coating solutions. Then the various scale up considerations for tablet coating used is, first one, tablet loading in the coating pan. How much tablet we should load in the coating pan? By doing experimentation, we have to optimize, because if we load more tablets into the coating pan, it will be filled up to the brim, and when tumbling effect goes on, when this pan rotates on its axis, these tablets can come out from this pan. Second thing can be ki the lower layers of this tablet bed can't receive the spray solutions for coating. So, ultimately we should decide that what should be the tablet loading into the coating pan. Second thing is spray rate of the coating solution. This is very important. If the spray rate is very high, it result in over wetting, and if spray rate is very low, it results in under wetting of the tablet bed. Then third thing we should consider is spray pattern. Spray pattern is that how the spray nozzles move. If the spray nozzle cover a very large area, there may be chances कि this spray nozzle spray the coating solution on the walls of the pan, ultimately leading to wastage of the coating solution and thus increasing the overall cost. So, the spray pattern should be optimized, it should be designed in such a manner that this coating solution is restricted only to the tablet bed area only. Then the next one is quantity of solution required. This has to be calculated prior for the experimentation, so as to prevent excess of the coating solution being going wasted. Then the next one is volume of air used during coating, because the coating solution is evaporated, is dried with the help of air. So, what quantity of air is to be inserted into coating pan is very important for the drying process or the evaporation of coating solution. Then mixing and drying temperature specifications, these systems are also important for optimization of the scale up process. Then drying air flow rate, the air which is used for drying is important. Then temperature of that drying air is important, because if we use high temperatures, then it may degrade our polymer or the core material. So, and if the temperature of air is slow, then our drying process is slowed down and ultimately tablet coating process is slowed. And if the evaporation is not very fast, there are chances that the coating solution can penetrate deep into the tablet, thereby leading to softening of the tablet, and ultimately this tablet will be a waste. Then next one is degree of atomization is very important, because the particle size of the spray solution is important. If the particle size is very large, the droplet size is very large, then it will overwet, there are chances it will overwet the tablet tablet surface, and if it is very small, then there are chances that this droplet may dry before reaching the tablet bed. So, degree of atomization is very important, to what degree we are atomizing the spray solutions, and this can be controlled by position of the spray nozzle. This is very important. If the droplet particles are drying before reaching to the tablet band, then we can move the spray nozzle to closer to the tablet bed, and if it is overwetting the tablets, we can move the spray nozzle away from the tablet bed. Then next thing is spraying cycles. जो ये spraying cycles है, these can be continuous or intermittent. If the spray cycle is continuous, there may be chances that some tablet they are not being getting coated. उनकी जो coating है that is not uniform, or some tablets they escape the coating process. So, we should follow intermittent coating cycles, so that we can check our tablet band for coating process, and if some tablets are completely coated, we can remove that and then continue this coating process again. So, this prevents the over coating of tablets which are already coated. We can remove the tablets and thus prevent the abrasion and chipping, further abrasion and chipping of these tablets, and if these tablets are abraded or chipped, the debris of these material may stick to other tablets, thus leading to failure of this process. Then various problems which we encounter during this tablet coating process is orange peel effect. Orange peel effect means कि suppose this is the tablet, coating solution is sprayed on this, the outer part of the tablet or the coating is dried and some of the moisture is entrapped into here, or the vapors of the solvent are entrapped, which give a bumpy appearance. That is called as orange peel effect. So, if the position of the spray nozzle or atomization of the spray solution is not carried out perfectly, then orange peel effect can be seen, thus this is thus leading to the failure of the tablet coating process. Then if your if the spray solution, if the droplet of coating solution is dried before reaching the surface of the tablet bed, then when it reaches, it will be a simple drop, it will be a simple dot of the polymer. So, the tablet will have gritty appearance if the coating solution is dried in between before reaching the tablet surface. So, ultimately it will give roughness or gritty appearance. Then the next problem encountered is sticking and pitting, which is not desirable. Ultimately, if the tablet remains over wetting and it is not dried in time during coating process, so either it can stick to the tablet coating pan or both the tablets can stick to each other, therefore giving a twinning appearance, means जैसे जुड़वा tablet हो जाती है, one tablet will attach with another tablet. Again this is a sticking and picking issue, so it give a twinning appearance. Then the tablets, they can show blistering effect, right. Blisters can be formed on the tablet surface, thus failure of the tablet coating process, and then it can give hazy films. For example, if we make use of cellulosic polymers at high temperatures, they give dull films, hazy films, not very clear films, right. So, what is our core material, what is the coating polymer, and how we are carrying out the technique, what is the rate of atomization, all these processes are important for a successful tablet coating process. Now, the various equipments which are used for tablet coating operations are, first one, the most simple process used was standard coating pan. This was nothing but a simple pan which was mounted on a shaft, and this tablet coating pan rotate at its own axis. This is the tablet bed. Because of these rotations, the tablets are tumbled down from a particular height. When the tablet drop from this particular height, there are chances of abrasion or chipping. So, the tablets must have sufficient hardness to prevent abrasion and chipping. So, now the rotating pan is moving and there are two pipes, two tubes. This tube is for air supply, inlet air supply. This air have sufficient temperature and very low humidity. When this air come into contact with this tablet bed, it absorbs the moisture, the solvent vapors from this tablet bed, leading to dryness of the film former, making a smooth coat on the tablet coating pan, and this air, which is now less in temperature and high in moisture content, goes out from this exhaust fan, from this exhaust pipe. So, ultimately what is there, this was the most primitive pan used for tablet coating pan. Now, there are chances that these lower layers of tablet bed do not get this coating solution and no sufficient air is coming to these tablet beds for drying purposes. So, these coating pans were advanced, seeing the need of pilot plant scale up studies, because first the process is very slow and second the coating solution, the coating process is not smooth in this coating pan. So, upgradation of these coating pans came up regularly. So, the next high quality coating pan was this GLAT immersion system. So, in this there was a simple modification, there was a pipe within a pipe, right. There was a pipe within a pipe and the base of this pipe was like a sword. This portion was perforated, so that, and it was immersed into this tablet bed. So, because of this immersion, this air, inlet air have better contact with this tablet bed, thus leading to drying faster of this tablet coating solution and forming a film, and after carrying the moisture, this air passes through this exhaust to the outside. So, here there is a better contact between the hot air and the tablet bed, and thus the drying efficiency of this pan, this coating pan is much better, thus it suits the pilot plant scale up much better than this simple standard coating pan. Now, the next modification came with Acela Cota pan. So, ultimately it made use of perforated pan. Earlier there was no perforated pans. Now, this Acela Cota they made use of the perforated pans, and the movement of air was only one way. There was no two-way movement. If from the same side air is coming and from the same side it is going out. So, ultimately the air was coming from here. There was a mechanism for spraying the coating solution on this tablet bed, which now the spray solution was, the coating solution was sprayed on this tablet bed. Hot air is coming from here, and this hot air is moving, is passing through, penetrating into this tablet bed and moving from this whole bed, and through this perforation it is going out. So, here in Acela-Cotta there is better contact between the tablet bed and the air, hot air. So, drying efficiency is further increased in Acela-Cotta. So, this Acela-Cotta, it suited more the pilot plant batches than the single pan type of coating equipments. Then the next modification was this Haya-Cotta fan. Here it is side vented coating pan. Again there is simple modification. The pan was again perforated from the sides and it was rotating. There was a spray gun. We can change the position of this spray gun according to our needs. The drying air entered from here. From here it crosses through the whole of the tablet bed, and then from this exhaust it move out. It is a simple, it is a slight modification from the Acela-Cotta pan and better drying and mixing efficiencies of the air and your tablet bed. So, ultimately this suited the process better as compared to our single pan or Glad-Cotta pan. Then the next one is our Wurster process. This Wurster process is very important because this is a continuous process. Now, in this Wurst process it is important because it is a continuous process. Here is a spray nozzle which is spraying the coating solution to the tablet bed along with air atomizing air, which helps this coating solution to atomize into smaller droplet particles. Now, from here there is fluidizing air which is keeping these tablets into a fluidized state, and thus coating solution is applied on this tablet on a fluidized manner when the tablet is in fluidized state, and thus better application and better drying of the solution. And when the tablet moves, when this air with vapors move upside, it goes to the exhaust. So, this is the Wurster process and it is important because this is a continuous one type of process. Then the next one are nozzles, the spray nozzles, which are most important part of the coating, tablet coating procedure. So, this one is our air atomized spray gun with 3 port. First one is airless spray gun. In this we are not using the air for atomization process, only the coating solution is atomized under its own pressure. So, there is a spring. When this spring is pulled back, this piston is moved, a vacuum is created here, the coating solution is sucked inside, and when we push the piston, this coating solution under high pressure comes out of this nozzle and it is sprayed into fine droplets, atomization process. And the next one is air atomized spray gun process. In air atomized spray gun process, air is used for atomization of this coating solution. When we push this spring, vacuum is generated, coating solution is sucked in, atomizing air enters from here, and air at high pressure at this point, and when the coating solution is sprayed, this air at high pressure, it divides the coating solution into small droplets basically the atomization process. So, ultimately this air pressure is very important for atomization of this coating solution. So, ultimately a simple example is when you are going for gardening, जब आप अपने पार्क में पानी देने के लिए जाते हैं, यू मेक यूज़ ऑफ अ पाइप, राइट. अगर आप उस पाइप से जो पानी है डायरेक्ट देने की कोशिश करते हो, सो द वाटर डजंट रीच टू अ वेरी हाई डिस्टेंस और वेरी लार्ज डिस्टेंस, बट it drops somewhere nearby. But when we put our finger here, जब हम यहाँ पर अपनी उंगली लगा लेते हैं, तो here high pressure is created and the water then moves to a much higher distances. The same is the effect of with these nozzles. When air is used, the degree of atomization is very large and the coating solution is dispersed into fine particles. So, ultimately tablet coating is a very complex process and we have to take care of each and every parameter before going for tablet coating, and again extrapolations and calculations are not sufficient until unless we actually conduct the experiments before going for scale up. Thank you.